It is time to finally take back control over your time. If you're finding yourself dealing with decision fatigue and overwhelm, or even if you struggle with time management, this is the moment where you finally stop wasting your time. I know how hard it is with work, commitments at home, juggling everything as a mum, trying to keep in touch with friends and family. But one of the best time management strategies to get more done in less time that I've found personally and will be implementing more of in the new year is to eliminate decision fatigue. So every single one of us wakes up with an energy reserve. Imagine it almost like a tank. And then depending on different lifestyle factors, the amount that we start with each day varies. But then throughout the day, our energy, along with our willpower, starts to decrease. Certain things in our day drain more energy, but the most alarming drain on our energy is in the tiny decisions that we make day to day, most of which are the same decisions that we have to make every single day anyway. So if your willpower is being spent on having to make unnecessary amounts of decisions, you're literally wasting, leaking out, throwing away a valuable resource that could have otherwise been used to move your life forward in the direction that you want it to go. The first thing that you can do to eliminate decision fatigue is to plan and prepare as much as you possibly can the night before. This is why strategies like writing out a to-do list and preparing your bag the night before are so effective, because you get to make the decisions at a time when your analytical brain is strongest, instead of wasting valuable energy and time in the morning when your creative brain is at its peak. Other things that you can prepare, or at least partially prepare, are your meal plans, your outfits for the week based on the weather and your commitments for the week ahead, having your desk tidy if you work from home so that you're ready to hit the ground running when you need to start work. The second tip is that knowing now that your willpower and energy is at the strongest earlier towards the time when you wake up in the morning, use this peak time to do the most important and most difficult thing that you need to do. If you wait until later in the day, you'll be running on a tank that isn't as full as it was in the morning, and if you wait until really late in the day, you're going to be running on nearly empty, and it's going to take so much more energy to do basic things, as well as the fact that it may not even be your best work. One of the single best things that you can do to significantly reduce decision fatigue that will help you in the short term and in the long term is to implement systems and routines as much as possible. If you can automate at least one part of your day, then already it will reduce the pressure on your energy tank. A morning routine, a nighttime routine, a wind down ritual at the end of your workday. Any one of these will bring so much of your time back. I don't necessarily think that these need to be rigid. So for example, my life is set up in a way that each day looks completely different. But at the very least, I will have an order in which I do my morning routine, even if I don't wake up at the exact time every morning. If you have the type of job where you find yourself sending almost the same email multiple times, create templates for yourself so that you can just repurpose these as and when you need to, instead of rewriting the whole thing every single time. If you don't live near a grocery store, arrange for a food delivery or collection service based on your meal plan. Most websites allow you to save your information so you can put most of the same items back into your basket without having to individually search for each one. So take a look at the areas of your life that tend to repeat themselves and see where you can systemize and automate. Let me know in the comment section which part of your day you struggle to create routines for the most, and also what systems are working well for you at the moment. Tip number 4 is to limit the number of choices you have. Now this only applies to things that you don't really have a huge passion towards, so you won't really care about not having too many options for. A prime example of this is Steve Jobs with his exact same outfit every day. He literally did this to avoid decision fatigue. For some people, this might be what you eat for breakfast. You could limit this to between 1 to 3 options every morning. Or if you aren't quite ready to go down the Steve route, you could have an outfit formula like jeans, a blouse, and some trainers. Analyze your life, and for low passion tasks, assign yourself a limit on the amount of choices you need to make day to day. Tip number 5 is to be strategic about how you make your decisions. In essence, don't make decisions when your mind isn't in it. So when you're tired, hungry, at the height of anxiety, anger, or stress. Based on the principles of decision fatigue, these aren't going to be your best decisions. If that is the case, then reverse this and strategically plan to make some of your best decisions after you've had a good sleep, eaten well, and taken steps to make sure your mind is calm and clear. And a bonus point here is that if you have certain meetings or projects where you'll know you'll need to make a big decision or really need to be present for, where you can, try and plan them for times when your decision making is at its peak, and then eat your meals or have your coffee at a time that will elicit your best performance. Tip number 6 is to figure out which things in your life are your main energy drainers and either eliminate them or indulge in them after you've done your most important work. For most people, this is probably gonna be your phone and social media, but whatever the source is for you, take steps to reduce, restrict, or eliminate anything that is unnecessarily seeping energy out of your tank. Drop a comment down below letting me know what some of your biggest energy drainers are, and see if anyone else in the community feels your pain. The next tip is to take inspiration from minimalism. For this, you might want to think about having a big clear out of all of your unused and unloved items and anything you have an unnecessary amount of. This is of course gonna vary from person to person based on what's going on in your life, but for some people this might look like culling your wardrobe or your workspace, and for others it might even look like decluttering your digital environment, so your desktop or your digital filing system. Essentially, the more simplified and organized your life is, the less decisions you will need to make throughout the day, meaning then that your energy can be best used where it's needed. So those were 8 things that you can do to significantly reduce decision fatigue and finally take control over your time. Which one of these resonated with you the most, and where do you think you'll be implementing the biggest change in your life going forward? That's it from me for now, and I will see you in my next one.